Customers will be able to access a new driver's licence to protect themselves from identity theft. In the wake of the company's massive data breach, Queensland, Victoria and South Australia will reissue licences to affected customers for free of charge. In New South Wales, a new licence will cost users $29, but that's expected to be reimbursed by Optus. Currently, those impacted in WA, the ACT and Northern Territory still require proof of fraud. Now, the breach has affected nearly 10 million current and former Optus customers across the country. Joining me now, New South Wales Minister for Customer Service and Digital Government, Victor Dominello. Thanks for joining us. Sure. New South Wales people will need to pay $29, but are you going to bill Optus?
Well, Optus will definitely reimburse the customer, but they'll reach out to the customer to work out their arrangement.
I'm staggered at the communications from Optus over this. It just seems to have let everyone down. What do you think of them?
Well, look, it is the biggest data breach in Australian history, no doubt about that. And the first lesson you learn in data breaches is to communicate effectively, because when people are in the dark, they panic, understandably. So more information is good information. So I think there's lots of lessons.
Have they botched this?
Well, there's still a long way to go. We've still got to try and fix the problem, and that's where our focus here in New South Wales is to try and fix the problem that's been caused.
Should we be looking at what corporates, information corporates, can demand from us? I must admit, so many times when I'm asked for information for even the simplest things, I think, do I really need to give all this? And where does it go?
I agree with you, David. Like, if I go and hire a car, I give them a copy of my driver's license.
Yep.
That copy contains my date of birth, my wet signature, my address, all my personal information. That copy goes into a metal filing cabinet. It then goes into the computer, into the cloud, and who knows where it goes after that. Next week I get scammed. Why do they need to know all that personal information? They only need to know that I'm authorised to drive. We overshare too much information in this country.
So are you going to crack down on this? Has government regulation been left behind by advances in technology?
I absolutely believe that the legislation that we have was fit for purpose in the last century, not in this century. In New South Wales, we've got a roadmap where we can try and fix this, but ultimately it needs definitely a national approach.
Okay, so how do we get that done? Is it state by state, or do the states have to go to the federal government and campaign? And how quickly can we get it done?
Look, I'm trying to get a pilot here in New South Wales in the next 6 months where you don't need to share all your credentials, whether it's your birth certificate, whether it's your driver's license, all these credentials. People don't need that information. They just need to know, for example, if you've got a working with children check, that you are safe to work with kids.
But we shouldn't be asked for it. Is that where the regulation is going to be?
Correct. But that means it needs a national approach. Because telcos are run by the feds.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Keep us up to date with that. It's a serious issue, and this Optus hack has really brought it to the forefront.
Yeah, as it should.